edifice, as a structure, or as an edifice, the heart of the system is where you find Sharia, the religious teachings. It gives us, directions and guidelines. But there are so many other activities that we do. And the Muslim, once you are a Muslim, the fact of being a Muslim must be reflected in everything that you do in your lifetime.
Especially now, what happens now is that in the wake up to the Ramadan, and inside the Ramadan, people adopt a lifestyle. You know, those takama, I don't hear new colors are bought, praying mass are bought, start practicing Islam as it should be. Now Ramadan,
misunderstanding Abu Bakr, misunderstanding of Islam. Whatever Islam, how do you call it, commands, remains intact unless otherwise, provided by Islamic law itself. Whatever Islam prohibits, it remains intact unless otherwise relaxed or permitted by Islam. So Muslims have to understand that when it comes to the moral values, when it comes to our religious activities, when it comes to everything, every good deed that we do or we are supposed to do in this lifetime, there's no difference between Ramadan, before Ramadan, shortly before, during and after Ramadan.
In short, you are saying we should continue with how we were.
The only change is the only change that has happened is now eating during daytime is not prohibited anymore. From now to 12 months or 11 months to come, you are free to eat any time of the day and any time of the night, unless otherwise, of course, advised by a physician. That is the only thing. During the month of Ramadan, we were restricted from certain halal things, that you cannot eat during daytime, and you cannot have sexual intercourse during the dawn to dusk. But now Ramadan is over. This is the only area where the restriction has been lifted. But apart from this, for eating, drinking, and then having lawful sex any time of the day, apart from this, life continues. Everything remains the same. What was haram yesterday continues to be haram today. What was mandatory yesterday continues to be mandatory today. What was recommendable yesterday continues to be recommendable today. What was makruh continues to be makruh today. So there is no change. So if, let's for instance, stealing or backbiting or adultery or fornication or neglect of duty or responsibility, these are evils of society. They are strictly prohibited by Islam, whether we are in the Ramadan, shortly before Ramadan, and after Ramadan, and during Ramadan. So you understand the way that you, when it comes to being so responsible to, particularly when it comes to the performance of the daily obligatory prayers. Pray on time, to be punctual, to be regular, to make sure you perform absolute prayer, to give zakat, to be truthful, to be honest. The principles and the rules remain the same.
Okay, Doctor. What is your take on the comment of some scholars that the acceptance of one's Ramadan is to a large extent based on the continuity of the deeds he has been doing in Ramadan?
Yeah, I understand what they are saying. In other words, if there's any indicator, let's assume that there's an indicator telling us whether our Ramadan has been accepted or not. If there's any indicator, it will be the type of behavior, the mode of behavior that one puts up after Ramadan. You know what?
More or less you graduate from the school.
Yes, it's very, very important. And during the month, it was during the Laylatul Qadr that when we had the speeches on the State House ground, Ustaz Ibrahim Jeju said something which was very important. It was a very important comment that he made, and people normally don't take care of those aspects of it. There's this concept of Shaitan is, jailed, confined and jailed and sent to Jahannam until after Ramadan. But you have Shaitan al-Ins and Shaitan al-Jinn. Sometimes the Shaitan is in the human beings themselves. Those of us who restrain themselves from doing evils and bad things during Ramadan, in order for them to know whether they are Shaitan or they are not Shaitan, it will depend on what the mode of behavior they put after Ramadan. If at the end of Ramadan they continue to be good, they continue to restrain themselves to keep away from doing evils, then for them Ramadan was a very good lesson for them, because they have learned to change their behavior from Ramadan. But if immediately after Ramadan they go back to